jingoistic like music video on Vimeo I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh
like,
no.
You guys are going to the pound. One more time. I'm going straight to the pound. Like,
Oh no.
it's like when the lyrics was, "I'm loud and proud and I'm not sorry." I'm like, "Fuck you dogs, you're not eating tonight."
Guys,
So
I have an
now I have to
announcement.
go. You guys are going to the pound. One more time. I'm going straight to the pound. Like,
I have a very important announcement.
I'm loud and proud and I'm not sorry. I'm like, "Fuck you dogs, you're not eating tonight."
Are you guys hearing that feedback?
Yeah, I am.
What is that?
Hold on, I got it. A very important announcement.
Oh,
Is it
Sorry.
the video?
It is. I just muted it. We are live on YouTube right now.
oh,
Where do we find it?
I should tell people.
It's
that.
Whiskey and Cheese Comedy Collective. Hold on. Our YouTube channel is Whiskey and Cheese Comedy Collective. Yep. And we are going to start in 1 minute.
Don't worry about that.
Hang on, I think they're posting the link.
What's up?
What's up?
Those were some dope commercials.
They really were. They really, really were.
I mean, for the time, they were kind of groundbreaking.
They're still funny.
Groundbreaking in what way? I need to know.
They said, "What's up?"
They said, "What's up?" And my mom still says, "What's up?"
I mean, I think the
Right.
idea of using like slang culture, like in an advertisement.
In a mainstream
Right.
advertisement. I
Yeah.
agree.
Also, frogs.
Also frogs.
That's a good one.
But
All right. It is 10 after.
And there really aren't enough amphibians
Oh,
in
I'm
the
putting you
advertisement.
on spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
hey,
Heyo.
Heyo!
Heyo.
it's me.
It's me. We're dressed similarly like buds.
Always.
Welcome to the show, friends, and not almost fams. I feel like all of y'all are almost fams.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm never going to talk to you again. So great. We'll spend a little time together. You'll say something horrible, and then we will never speak again. So we're gonna do a little show here. I think Tori, did you just send out the bad boy?
I did.
Yeah.
The lineup is in the chat.
Okay, cool. Lineups in the chat. We might have more people joining us. Who knows? We're still working things out. Are we playing the song?
Let's do
Let's play the
it.
song.
Woo!
Welcome to the show. I think Michelle just showed up. If we could put her on the list and add her to the chat, that would be dope. My name is Nicole Rassa. This is my husband, Ben Rassa. We have inadvertently dressed in matching outfits. Not an inadvertent. We dress we match all the time. We're like an old Italian couple on a Palm Springs vacation.
That way.
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. So this is our open mic edition. We have open mics the first, second, and fourth Wednesday of the month, and the third Wednesday of the month is for our showcase show, and also has lots of sketches. So, just a few ground rules. I found my teacher timer.
Yay.
For when you're substituting, I'm gonna set it to 4. It'll beep, beep, beep when your time is up. You'll hear it, and then you will also receive a message from Tori in the private chat that you need to wrap it up. But you guys are y'all know that. All right. So welcome. I want to do a vibe check. How is everybody doing today on a scale of presidential candidate rally to hiding in a bunker?
Bunker.
Bunker all day, every
Bunker.
day.
I'm deep in the bunker, y'all. I am deep in the bunker today. Hey, that's the sound you'll hear when the time is really, really the fuck up. This is my teacher timer, and those savage kids broke the handle off at the moment they saw it. They were like, fuck you. Little bastards. For one, I'm glad that I got laid off before next year, y'all. I could not imagine going back to teaching next year. I'm thankful every day that I don't have to go back. I imagine kids chasing each other around with boogers as weapons, just being like, let's see. Let's talk about what else today. Ben and I today turned our porch into a greenhouse because what used to be a lovely hobby to relieve stress has now become a plan B, for when the shit really hits the fan. There's gonna be a couple weeks in November. You're gonna want to have food at your house on hand. I'm freaked out about that. I'm laughing through the tears like a little clown. I took a BuzzFeed quiz today because today's been a really it's been so hot that like the only thing I can do is take BuzzFeed quizzes. It's so hot in our house that I had to put my thigh chub rub on my eyelids. Like I feel like every part of my body is chapped. But I took a BuzzFeed quiz laying on the couch with my pants off in front of the fan, just letting it hit me. And it checked my privilege. And I took it, and it turned out, surprisingly, that I grew up with none. And my husband's like, it's not surprising you grew up in a trailer park, you know? And I was like, yeah, but we didn't have nothing. I had a pet raccoon. And they're like, oh, is she fucking with me? Did she really have a pet raccoon? You all know that I had a pet raccoon. If someone stops you on the street about me, know that I did in fact have a pet raccoon, and he was foolishly named Rocky, which was a shit name for a raccoon. I wanted to name that raccoon Lacey after the popular girl at my church camp. And Mom said no. I don't know to this day, right? Lacey probably would have pulled some strings. I don't know what the fuck the Beatles are gonna do for me. Let's see. In more exciting home improvement news, Ben and I have finally bought a magazine rack for the bathroom.
Whoa.
Yes, we've reached a stage of maturity where we can handle having a magazine rack for the bathroom. Mostly because we don't have any parties or friends that come over anymore, so nobody's gonna piss on our magazine rack in the bathroom. I used to have a little basket of toilet paper in my bathroom when I was young, and I thought, oh, it'll be fine. And wouldn't you know it, the first guy that came over and got drunk, yeah, I was like, that toilet paper was for everyone. I had to wipe my ass with the entertainment newspaper for the next 2 weeks. Because food stamps don't buy toilet paper, y'all. Food stamps don't buy toilet paper. What else is going on? Someone asked me the other day, like as a fun question to learn more about me, what would my last meal be? And they said like, oh, they would have like fettuccine or lobster or whatever. I don't care what I eat for my last meal, as long as if it's a situation where I'm a prisoner, that it absolutely gives me diarrhea. I really like when the execution goes down for them to have to clean up a serious mess. Yeah. How many? So everybody, we still all are in lockdown here in Ohio. We're kind of back. COVID stuff is rising, so we're like staying home. And I used to say when I told this joke a couple weeks ago, that this wasn't my first lockdown rodeo, which it wasn't. And now it's officially my third. But my first one was for getting an F in algebra in the 8th grade. Okay, getting an F in algebra in 8th grade and also filling my algebra teacher's phone message tape with horrific messages about, you know. He wasn't even good looking. I just wanted to freak him out. And apparently I have a real recognizable voice. So I tell you this because it's not my first time in lockdown. I used to get grounded all the time, and I would get grounded like all summer. My parents did not fuck around. I was not going anywhere. And I think about what a great time I had the first time I was grounded for summer, because that's also the first year that I discovered masturbating. And I think in one day I must have masturbated 6 times. I'd time myself and be like, how long will this take? That poor little man in a boat was gonna fall overboard. I'm so tired. The weirdest part is when my mom found me giving him mouth to mouth.
Uh,
I had a really hard time getting out of that position. All right, on that note, you guys imagining Teen Me masturbating, which was weird. Those Janet Jackson videos from the early 90s were pretty. Oh, Stan will fuck real sex all night long. Okay, we're gonna move on to our first official comic of the night. I'm so glad that you guys could all make it so we can test our jokes out on you and get funnier every week. Please get up for Tori Stroud! Yay! Tori Stroud!
Hello, everybody. I'm going to start tonight with a very controversial. I see the clock. I see it.
Okay.
Timer. A very controversial topic. Something I'm pretty radical about. I don't think you should be able to use a national disaster and use it to turn a profit, right? Like, but also, like, are people proud to like make profit off of other people's trauma? I mean, knowing humans, probably, but I can only imagine the conversations that billionaires have, right? Like, they're like, oh, how'd you get your money? And one guy's like oil, and the other guy's like steel, and another guy's like bubonic plague. Selling posies or something. But changing topics, I recently heard Trump touting a 96% approval rating. Now, the mental contortion that you have to do to make this plausible is astounding. So let's do it together. So we all know he doesn't like polls that aren't favorable to him. So that leaves us only polls that come from the White House. Obviously, no Democrats. But even just Republicans, 96%, like, no. So you got to get rid of those people that he calls rhinos, the Republican in name only, right? The people that don't like him. So what he's really saying is, of all the people that like him, he has a 96% approval rating, which is still lower than you'd expect, right? Like, my wife sometimes catches me staring off into space with a very serious look on my face. And then she'll say, hey, what are you thinking about? And I say nothing. And then sometimes she'll press me and be like, no, tell me what's wrong. And I guess it's just easier for me to say nothing than to explain that I was thinking about, you know, the little plastic tips on shoelaces? Do you think they're put there by a machine, or are those hand pressed on there? Like, Anyways, I used to be in the Army, and we had all these crazy rules in these guidebooks they made us read. And I couldn't help but thinking every time I read some of these crazy rules, I just knew that someone had done the opposite of what they're telling you to do, right? And they should be common sense. I'll give you an example. One was, don't put live ammunition in the back of a truck with fuel. It should be common sense, right? But you know, someone absolutely did that, right? These are real. And another one, don't hit live ammunition with a hammer or a nail. So someone also definitely did that. And it just got me thinking too, like, I wonder, what if we slipped into those like guidebooks and it says, don't invade other countries for profit? Like,
Ah,
maybe, I don't know.
that.
It got me thinking about these other crazy laws as well. Like that we have to explicitly tell people not to do, like, for instance, child labor laws. That's just a reminder that if business leaders could exploit children, they would exploit children. You know, we have to explicitly say, don't do that. Or insider trading. We have to explicitly tell millionaires, hey, don't ruin other people's lives so that you can afford a third Lambo. Like, you can't do that. All right. I'm going to leave you with something just that's been troubling me lately, and it's political correctness. And it's just, there's so many rules now that I don't know what you can or can't say, and it's just really tough. It's getting to the point where you just got to go around and treat everybody with respect. It's wild. That is my time.
Yay! Woo! Get to the beat. Great job. Great job. Okay. What? There we go. It has to go off. That's the only thing with the teacher timer. I think it's just so as a teacher, you like snaps you back into reality. Oh, I gotta keep all y'all safe. Even though it sounds like. All right. Coming back to the open mic again. We had a great time having him here last time. Give it up for Seth Raven.
Oh. Oh.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh no, I was confused because I thought I was going third. I must have misread the instructions. Let me see.
Oh, because we put me as 1. It's like in England when the ground floor is 0, which is.
You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like that Artemis Fowl book, because I think the first chapter is like chapter 0. So it threw me for a loop. All right.
No, ain't that the truth? All right, I'm setting your teacher timer. You get a message if you go too far.
All right. I actually have a teacher joke later, so this is perfect. All right, here we go. Before I get started, I am required by law to let you guys know that I am in fact a registered autistic Jew. So I just wanted to get that off the plate. I don't know why that joke never does well here, or any Zoom mics. I don't know why. All right. So obviously you can tell I have a bushy beard, and this isn't actually the bushiest it's ever been. I've had way bushier beards to the point where it sort of gave people the wrong impression of me. Like, I used to work in Rochester, Minnesota, and I was hanging out with some coworkers at a bar, and this drunk blonde woman comes up to me from behind and is like, "Hey, are you a terrorist?" And I literally had to be like, "No." Well, actually, first I put my drink down, cleared my throat, cut the green wire, and then I said no. So, hopefully, obviously 2020 right now is not a fun time. Obviously, lots going on, and but I hope that things will turn around and there'll be something positive about it. Because I think when we look back on the last several years, it's remembered as a time where everything that we thought would never happen ended up happening. For better or worse. Both good and bad. Like, let's say more states are legalizing marijuana. Donald Trump became president. I got to third base, still got a UTI. Gotta keep the laughs short. I don't have much time. All right. So speaking of teachers, Mary Kay Letourneau died a couple weeks ago. She was the teacher that had sex with that student back in the 90s. And it made me think about my time in school. And it made me realize, I don't think there would have been any possible way I could have ever had sex with a teacher, because I had special ed accommodations, and I feel like the foreplay would have taken longer than the 75 percentile. It wouldn't have been good for some of the universities. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Speaking of the 90s, how many of you remember Dr. Kevorkian?
Yay!
After death, yeah, he helped people die. And okay, a lot of things from the 90s had evolved and become very beneficial for us in today's world. But I'm glad that assisted death never picked up, because I feel like there could have been plenty of opportunities. Like I work in TV. I've worked in TV for over 6 years, and we air so many infomercials. I'm just trying to picture what a assisted death infomercial would have been like. I actually wrote it down. Hold on. Are you tired of 2020?
Keep going.
Are you fearful that things aren't going to get better? Are you tired of Tucker Carlson not wearing a bow tie anymore on Fox News? I have the solution for you. Introducing the Cancer Collection, presented by Time Life. You get everything. You get throat cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and if you call within the next 5 minutes, we'll throw in locker room cancer. That's right. Not only will you have large lymph nodes, you'll also be the asshole on your softball team. So don't delay. Call now. All right, I'll get out of here on this. I saw an interesting video on YouTube. It was a medieval folk version of "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I don't know if anybody ever saw that video. And it was really interesting. It's really interesting. What I found, it's gaining attention. It has like 120,000 views, and a lot of people think that after it hit 100,000 views, the main lute player got so depressed that he killed himself with a crossbow. Well, I disagree with that. I personally, because before his death, he got into a relationship with a parchment maker, and I think she had something to do with it. But who knows? Maybe she did him a favor. I don't know. Maybe instead of being no afterlife, maybe she sent him into some nirvana or something. I don't know. Well, my name is Seth Ravens. You guys have been awesome. Have a good night.
I'm sitting straight up because it's on the YouTube. We're gonna be famous.
The dog took my chair.
The dog took his chair. I want to know that since been in quarantine, I've been actively working out my glutes. I think my glutes are big. So are my pantaloons. What am I was gonna tell you guys something. Oh, it was about Mary Kay Letourneau and fucking students, which is so gross. They smell so bad. But I kind of have found myself missing my 8th grade boys because we're both just coming to that age where we're starting to grow beards. I actually have a lot of questions for them. Everybody, Seth Raven down there has his Twitter handle. It is at SRFunnyman. If y'all want to follow him on Twitter, whenever you're not rage typing at people.
I got no racist tweets, so we're good on that.
I think we had Michelle here, but maybe she had a problem and she's dropped off. But
I think
that
Corbett
means that
first.
next coming to the stage is Corbett Cummings.
Hey, everybody. Wow. Who thought it'd be so hard to follow a set about pedophilia? Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that speaking of the lockdown and everything we're facing, one of my favorite COVID-19 activities is snacking.
Yeah.
Yes, this here for snacking. One of my favorite things to snack on these days is Boar's Head gourmet deli products.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Are we all familiar with gourmet with Boar's Head? They are an amazing company. Boar's Head went into the market and they looked at all of the mostly disgusting and industrial processes they use to make deli meats. And they decided to do the exact same thing. Only they added a couple of ingredients, called it gourmet, and and boy, dandy, did it work on me. I love me some Boar's Head. I love me some Boar's Head. I eat it whenever I can. The other day, I walked into the grocery store. I went straight to the Boar's Head market, and I found that they had a new product for me, a brand new Boar's Head product. They have developed their own version of Boar's Head gourmet American cheese. Say it again. Boar's Head gourmet American cheese. Immediately. I brought it home. I ate it. It was absolutely delicious. It had that classic American cheese texture, like thick cut saran wrap. It had that. It had that amazing American cheese flavor that is like 10% cheddar and 90% pure carcinogens. Sort of like regular cheese that had been made in an abandoned Ford plant somewhere in Detroit, Michigan. It was fantastic. And then I got to thinking, I was like, this is so good. I got to know what's in this. And so I looked at the ingredients of Boar's Head, and it did not disappoint. In fact, let's all take a second and imagine, what do you think? And say this inside. I don't want to hear your thoughts. I don't fucking care. But in your, what do you think is the first ingredient of Boar's Head American cheese? Now, some of you have caught on and realizing the answer is going to be a little wacky, and it is. But you still, I'm going to bet dollars to donuts you haven't figured out, because the first ingredient in Boar's Head American cheese is, in fact, American cheese.
Oh.
And I love this because for me, this was the result of a meeting that went horribly wrong. Like, let's take another second. Imagine the absolute lunatic who gets hired to develop Boar's Head gourmet American cheese. And what it's like to be in a meeting with that asshole. Just like, oh, I'm glad you like my cheese. Yes, I'm giving him a southern accent. Back off. Glad you like my cheese. Oh, you want to know? Oh, you want to know what it is? Yeah, it's American cheese. That's what it is. Oh, more specific, American fucking cheese. Does that work for your packaging? Oh, you need to know. You need to know for the people who have allergies. Well, how about this? If you're allergic to American cheese, maybe you're not American. Maybe I don't give a fuck about you. But they managed to get past it all and ingredients on. And honest to God, I wish they had not. Because from a dietary perspective, because what's in here? There's some sulfates, there's some salt. There are things I will gladly put inside my body. If they had just left it as ingredients, American cheese, and I had to think about them compressing all of America, sea, the shining sea, purple mountains majesty, a lot of racism,
Yeah.
in a slightly less extent, a lot of slavery, like the toxic nature of our discourse, and then actual toxic elements into it.
Yeah.
If I had to think about all of that, then I would be able to stay on my diet. Thank you very much, everybody. That's my thought.
Oh my gosh, Corbin, you're perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Corbin, were you a good kid when you were in school? Were you a nice kid?
I was a nice kid. I
You
was
were
a nice kid.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was a nice kid who fell in with the wrong crowd sometimes.
That would explain why you're here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was the wrong crowd.
I'm still in with the
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
no,
You're
the wrong
definitely
crowd.
the person I was trying to get a ride to the abandoned shack where we could drink wine we stole from our parents.
Oh, and I would have absolutely given you a ride to that shack in my 80 Ford Tempo. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did
And I would have loved that. I would have such fond memories of that Tempo, like, you know, especially if you ever went to Taco Bell in it, and I got to spend.
I went to Taco Bell like every day in that Ford Tempo.
Yeah.
And later, when I lived in Seattle, actually had to live in the Tempo because Seattle is a fucking impossible city to
Did
live
you
in.
ever turn the windshield sprayers the opposite direction so you could spray people as you drove by them?
Hey
No,
guys,
but-
guys, whoa, guys! I hate to interrupt, but it's my turn.
Michelle's.
Well,
That's
Sorry,
actually
I
Michelle's
was-
turn.
It's like I don't want 5 minutes of Corbett and then another 5 minutes of Corbett. So come on.
all right. Well,
You sound,
give him a
you sound like my ex-wife.
Oh!
I want everybody to give a big round of fuck yous to Seth Lazier. Seth, you got
Fuck you!
I want to point out first that me and Corbett are very good buddies. We have been through a lot. We were in the pencil fighting together, Elks Lodge together, and I have nothing but love for Corbett except with his choice of women. I'm always on their side in the breakup.
You sound like all of my friends.
Literally half of my Facebook friends are Corbett's exes. Corbett, love you so much.
Love you, buddy.
I want to thank you guys for giving me an excuse to almost put on pants.
Hey, don't feel promoted.
This isn't one of these crowd work open mics. These are it's like real open mics. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's one of those where you watch on the internet and let me talk. So that's what I thought. I got YouTube on over there, you know, just like I got to change my background. So it's one thing when you see it on the phone and then you look at it on the like, you don't need that bear. I got jokes. Here I go. I noticed that I pee less when I'm high. So I decided to do an experiment where I got really high and I forgot about the experiment. All right, that joke is winner. We did it so far. I want to talk about anal bleaching for a little bit. And my big concern with anal bleaching is that's the best term that a multi-billion cosmetic services thing like conglomerate could come up with. Anal bleaching. There's literally no. It's not like a Brazilian wax. No nationality is willing to claim the anal bleach. I am recommending that we start referring to it as a Norwegian frostbite. Or Marco. And it's easy to afford. Boom. I did a Ford joke. That's Norwegian. That's me. Millions of people watching live. That was self-partial on that. My buddy asked me to cat sit for him, but I'm allergic to cats. When I eat cat, I get diarrhea. Well, maybe later. I'll try that at another mic, one of these. So the state of Washington is really giving strippers a hard time. What they're doing, first what they did was they made sure that the nipples were covered in pasty if the venue served alcohol. Also, they said that they have to have a 6-foot rule. And now what they're trying to push into legislation is for strippers to have Jewish last names to completely take the sex out of it. Would you want to get a lap dance from Cherry Bomb Rosenbaum? Appealing. I'll wait for the entire laughter to die before I continue. Hey, that one's good. Did someone apologize for laughing? No, I did. So, a couple years ago, I saw Ringo Starr's All-Star Band, and he is really throwing around the term All-Star. Let me just tell you the lineup. They had the guitarist from Night Ranger. They had the keyboardist from the Raspberries. If you haven't heard of the Raspberries, don't worry, no one else has either. They had the bassist from Cream, which was actually really cool. And they had the drummer from Hoops, he's a drummer, and Ringo. This would be my personal all-star band. On guitar, I'd have Slash. And who cares about the rest of the band? Because I'd have frickin' Slash on guitar. They have like 3 toddlers and a guy dressed as me. I would only accept tribute bands. I would not be in my own band. Speaking of music that I brought up unannounced, big Prince fan. I want to discuss this song, Darling Nikki, quite possibly Prince's most dirty song he's ever recorded. Here's how it goes. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby masturbating to a magazine. She said, how would you like to waste some time? The lights went out. Nikki started to grind. Ah, Nikki. Well, that's Prince. I'm just reading the lyrics. Then it goes something, 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 something. She said, sign your name on the dotted line. The lights went out. Nikki started to grind. The lyric, sign your name on the dotted line. Why would you get an illegal binding agreement with someone you just met masturbating with a magazine in a hotel lobby? Way to rub one out. I like the cut of your jib. I suspect that's why Prince was so protective of his copyright. That's it. You and Corbett could talk again.
Oh,
Yay.
thank you. The funny thing is, I actually had everyone enter into a contract when they showed up. Just me and this stack of magazines. But since we're in lockdown, I was just masturbating here at home. Pretty much constantly, as we discussed earlier. Look at her little baby. You guys, you know what I learned last night? Don't give the dog people food or she's gonna have diarrhea in the morning.
Yeah,
Bad.
hard
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
That's not actually more of a gooey lesson.
Y'all, this is the first time she's ever had it, and I never had a big dog before, and I didn't realize that big dogs got like a faucet of diarrhea when they
No.
So cool. I was trying to kill time before we had Michelle leave. She was putting her 2-year-old to bed, and anyone who's had a 2-year-old, I'm sure knows that is
Heard.
not an easy task. So unfortunately, I don't think she's coming back because that baby won't go to sleep. To be fair, it's only 7:46, and that baby is a party baby and wants to stay up all night. So, I don't know, maybe.
But
I would
for
like to-
future reference, we can take up to like 7 or 8 spots every Wednesday. So throw yourself in the ring.
Yeah, invite your friends. If you want to try comedy, or you know someone who's interested in trying comedy in these uncertain times, we'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and jokes. Is there anything else that we want to talk about?
I would like to note that both Seth and I have clothes that match our rooms.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
both. Kind of both.
Corbett, I actually really dig your banana shirt. It's pretty.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 50. I got it today. It was 50% off. So I'm
Mm,
glad it's doing
scores.
work for me.
Yeah, it's better to have a banana shirt than banana pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry I didn't get the memo that it was a masturbation joke night. I apologize for not throwing any of that in there.
An open mic every night is masturbation joke night.
Yeah.
And we're
I knew.
all
I
alone.
knew.
Yeah.
Especially
All right. Yeah.
in actual open mics where there's just like 19-year-old boys who have just ejaculated for the first time and that's all they want to talk about.
Yeah. It is exciting.
It is
Yeah.
exciting.
They also
If there's-
like to tell dead baby jokes and like Hitler jokes, and you're like, wow, you're
Yeah.
the first one that's ever done that. In a
Just the whole
You're-
package.
You're the first person to hump that stool. Wow. No one
Oh.
that stool was a virgin before you got here.
All
My
right.
first
That's
joke
actually-
was dead baby Hitler baby be shopping.
Yeah.
I literally had a guy jerk off with the microphone right before I got on stage once, and I was like, great. So
I just
Yeah.
someone fart into a microphone, and you're
Oh.
Oh, that's how you get pink eye.
yeah.
that's exactly how you get.
Well,
That's how I got pink eye
Corbett,
anyway.
that's not Corbett. That's not where the microphone goes, dude.
You should
I don't know
be
how many
more
open mics
embarrassed
you've
now.
been to.
I was doing a pirate joke afterwards. So yeah, I got weird.
Okay.
That's a red eye.
All right. I want to thank y'all for coming. Again, we do this every Wednesday. If you guys want to stay and chat, you can. On the third Wednesday of the month, we do our curated show, which is where we do sketches and weird stuff. And if two people that were sitting and they had a painting behind them, and one had dark short hair and the other person had lighter short hair, and they wanted to play their band next month, that would be cool. And if you're
Right.
Yay!
Yay.
on August 19th, can you guys join us?
That
August
me?
19th?
Me?
No, Seth.
No.
How do I
Graciela
mute
and
Seth?
Jeff, not Seth. Graciela and Jeff.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
well,
that brings up the thing about during Chef's set.
Hold on. Let Graciela and Jeff talk, y'all.
I go where she tells.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys would be interested in coming and playing for us on the 19th, that would be really cool.
I told her I'd do it now, but she doesn't want to do it now.
Okay.
break it now.
Oh, the hell you.
On the 19th, you all can have the percussion and join us, please. That'll be fun.
Yep.
Okay.
We need percussion background, but we got the rest of it.
I have
Wait.
no rhythm, and I got a cello. I don't play. I won't play. You guys
First
don't.
time I played in public when I was 15, and it was in a bar in Cleveland, an ethnic bar, and this lady, she had a particular talent with ping pong balls. It was interesting.
Oh.